I would like to introduce Guido Tiberga. He's the editorial coordinator of L'Unica, a network of local newsletters in Piedmont, Italy. He is the former managing editor of La Stampa, one of the main Italian newspapers. Thank you, Guido. The floor is yours.
Okay, good evening. Well, as you can see, I'm not a young journalist. I'm 65 and I was lucky enough to experience the golden era of print newspapers. I spent most of my professional life at La Stampa, a paper based in Turin, northern Italy, and I remember its final years of glory. Newsroom bustling with well-paid journalists, wealthy publisher willing to spend. La Stampa is a great newspaper with a great history, and it has national and international ambitions. In the 70s, for instance, it was the first Italian paper to open offices in Tokyo and Beijing. Yet, when I was hired in 1989, La Stampa launched 10 local editions, one for each of the main cities in northwestern Italy. Each edition had 16 or 24 pages a day, totaling more than 170 pages daily. Every day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. The success was incredible. In an area without local daily newspapers, people felt they finally had a paper that spoke not only about the world, but also about their own communities. However, I'm not so old that my entire career was spent in that golden era. I served at La Stampa as managing editor for both the national and the local edition. The former adapted to the changes driven by the web, the latter did not. And the same happened to other publications in the area. Why? Local publishers and journalists were not so foolish to ignore that the world has changed, but they lack the right tools to face that change. Those tools are mainly two: time and money. When a local newsroom consists of 4 or 5 journalists producing a 16-page print edition and updating a website more times a day, none of them have the time to work on news analysis or commentary. And when a publisher pays a freelance reporter 15 or 20 euros for an article, no editor can expect freelancer to spend an entire day or more on a single piece. The result is rushed, superficial reporting. So, a few months ago, Giovanni Zani called me with an idea. Why not go in the opposite direction? Instead of many articles every day, just one single piece per week for each city, written with care and based on detailed research. That's how the newsletter L'Unica was born. L'Unica in Italian means the only one, because at the moment in the area there is nothing like it. To better explain the kind of stories L'Unica covers, let me give you an example from an article published last week. Malvicino is a tiny village in a province of Alessandria. 79 residents living in a few houses on the hills. Last week, there were elections for mayor and the village council. There were 6 candidates for mayor and over 50 for the council. Yes, more than 50 candidates in a village of 79 people. Traditional media reported this as a quirky, amusing story. L'Unica tried to understand what was really going on. In Italy, there's a law requiring election candidates to collect a certain number of signatures as a guarantee. But this law doesn't apply to towns with fewer than 1,000 residents. Then there is another law allowing candidates who are members of the army or police to take a month off work to campaign. The combination of these laws leads to a shocking outcome. People run for office in villages they've never seen, don't campaign, don't get a single vote, but still receive a month's salary without working. Moreover, we discovered organizations that prepare electoral programs for these candidates, used without variation in widely different towns. In Malvicino, for example, some candidates proposed creating a carpooling service. Others suggested building new parking lots. All this in a village where there are less than 30 private cars. And this is not amusing, this is a scandal. The first newsletter of L'Unica came out a month ago, so it's too early to say whether the bet has paid off or not. But one thing we already achieved, the grumbling of local politicians, not used to a press that criticize them. And in my opinion, that's a good result. This is Malvicino, where someone wants a carpooling service. Thank you.